you're going to go this way, you're going to go that way. You can turn any which way you want to, like this colt just did, and still end up having to go the same way God told you to. It just makes it harder on you when you choose wrong. So why not listen and learn to follow Him and start out with it? Now we're going to move that little buggy. He decided that moving now is a good idea. So by that, and just like God does us, God puts us in a situation where we have to move, even though we may be more comfortable doing what we're doing and the things that we're at. God says it's not about me making you comfortable, it's about me making you grow, learning to be what I need and want you to be. Same thing with this house down in the hole. Now there, he stopped and didn't even have to hit the ground. Because he finally realized it's about when I ask, how I ask, not about when he wants to. Okay? God does us the same way. It's the exact same deal with the Lord. The more we get to where we do what he wants when he wants, the happier we are, and the easier everything is on us in everyday life. And it's not about this or that. It's about living what God wants you to do. See there, he thought he was just going to go off in the direction he wanted to go. And he done it again. That bridle got him, and it held him. It held him until he went the way we want him to. The bridle got him again. No, the bridle got him again. The bridle got him again. It's going to get worse until he makes the right decision. There, he made the right decision. See that? Same thing for us. We turn this way and that way and that way and this way and this way and that way. And everything gets harder on us and harder on us. And we get harder and tougher, compatible to steel. Because we keep planning and choosing to make the wrong choice. Okay? Till finally God says, that's it. I'm going to thank you if you don't get it in there doing what I tell you. And there's my little bit of rope. There's my little bit of rope. Coming right around. Same thing with me, right? God says you're going to do it. Get up and be in that hole. Get up and be in that hole. Get up and be in that hole. And then God says, okay, now move. Move. And I'm like, okay, Lord. I done it. Is that what you wanted? And then God reaches up here and he says, wait a minute, you're running again. Whoa. 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 And God reaches up there and he says, whoa. Now, well done, my awesome little servant. Well done, my awesome child. You finally did what I asked. That's the way God trains, right? Things get hot, things get cold. When we're staying neutral and nothing's hot or cold, we're not growing and God's not training. You have to have that to receive growth. Growth never, to my knowledge, ever comes easy. Growth always comes through trials. Growth always comes many times through failures, because that's what it takes to help us learn. Okay? And then we feel him, Lord's putting his pressure on this side, says, I need you to turn your head. No, I ain't doing it. That's what he's doing. I ain't doing it. So God puts a little more pressure on there. I need you to turn your head. Okay? And pretty soon God reaches down and he pushes that head sideways and says, there's your relief. Turn your head over there. Okay? Sometimes he'll do it that way. Sometimes he'll reach and slap, depending on how hard-headed you are. God knows you even to the very innermost depths of your heart. He knows exactly what it takes to teach and train you. He designs you so much so that the very hairs of your head are numbered. God's not clumsy like me. He don't drop the ball down like I used to do. That's probably because God's saying, I called you to do this in your youth, son. Now here you are, old man, setting out to do it again. You know what the cool thing about the Heavenly Father? Even when Moses was of age, an old man, Moses said, what am I supposed to do? God said, you're going to lead my people. How am I going to do that? You're going to follow me. How am I going to do that? I'm going to set a fire in front of you at night, and a cloud amongst you at the back end to cover you from Pharaoh and all his legions in the day. All you're going to do is do what I tell you when I tell you. I'll take care of the rest. So even as an old man, Moses walked up there and touched his staff and healed. And the one that covered it because Moses' faith had finally grown enough to realize that it's God, not him. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa. Again, just like the training in this colt, just like the training of the new Christian. That colt realized when I stepped to his hip, that meant go around and around. That colt realized when I stepped to his front end, that means stop. Okay? Before this training session's over, I bet you will see this colt grab his hand like a good boy should, because he's that intelligent. I hope for you and yours that you're all that intelligent, that you don't go through the fires that I've been through and have to learn the things that God's taught me. Life is so much easier. Thinking Reese on that winter driving line when it comes into me. Life is so much easier for him when he gets off that bridle. It's the same for you in real life. Life is 10 times easier when you get off of God's driving guide and get into God's grace. Because it's in there's that stop. See, you get away from that bridle? That's his third drive. First time being drove with a driving guide. The second time I asked him to stop, this colt tried to quit. He tried to put it in the ground. I would and hope and pray for all of you that you're that intelligent. Shucks, guys, on my end of it, I still got calluses on my nose where God's been working on me. Don't be as bullheaded as I am. Be willing to learn. Be willing to listen. And that said, folks, thank you. We're going to go right on with this coach driving for this session, and we're going to put him up and get us another one. Thank y'all.